do it, baby.
And then here, we don't do that. Hey, that ends a little abruptly.
What do you do?
Did I fake you out, Brother Dan?
I was dancing. I'll dance even to nothing.
You'll dance to nothing. Hey, everybody, we are back for another first-time reader chat, but we have a special edition because we have a special guest with us. That's right. We have our friend Alan from the Wheel Reads podcast, and we're going to bring him on right now.
That music is like you're a dark friend, but you're the opposite of dark friend.
Well, according to my readers, I am definitely a dark friend. Yeah.
Do tell.
Oh, that's what they say. I think Ian's in chat right now. Ian and Chris both call me dark friend. So I don't know why. It's because I keep stuff from them or something. You know, I lie about what's going on in the books.
Oh, because you're like an evil mastermind, and they just want you're the lock and key. I get it.
You put the friend in dark friend.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, Ryan, introduce this young man.
Well, this is our friend Alan, and when we first got onto Discord in the first week, basically, I got introduced to Alan and his spreadsheets, and forever in my mind, you were not really a face. You were just like a spreadsheet with arms and legs. You know, like that old the Bill. How do we make a Bill cartoon when we were kids? That's what you were, but it was a walking spreadsheet.
It was the Clippy word guy. You know, they were Clippy.
I'm just a paperclip. Yes, I'm only a paperclip.
What Windows version was that thing haunting you?
I have no idea.
Hey, it looks like you need help. Do you need help? Hi.
All right, so you can't really see from our faces because we have these flat lines for mouths, but Dan and I are fairly nervous because Alan is with us, and he's kind of the godfather of being the veteran first-time reader host. What do you call yourself actually? What's your position?
I don't know if I have a title. I just run a podcast. I'm a podcaster. I don't know if there's a certain title we give each other. So he's the first time reader. I'm their guide, I guess.
The guide. Okay. Okay. Just remember that, Dan. Guide. That's a good one.
Okay. So you have your friends. You have your friends, Ian and Chris. They are first-time readers. They are not reading ahead. They are only reading up to where you guys are talking each and every episode. Was it 2, sometimes 3 chapters, or is it always 2?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's based on word count, so that's the way I kind of worked it out. So sometimes we do 3 chapters, sometimes 2. When we get to the later books, not to be too much of a spoiler, there's going to be some chapters that are really long, so we might have to do multiple episodes just on one chapter.
Oh, yeah, good one. Right,
because we know some of these chapters can get a bit long.
How do you guys know each other?
Yeah, so Chris and Ian, I've met separately. They actually met each other through this. So Chris and Ian did not know each other. Ian and I met in 9th grade in high school. Actually, I think it was like the first week of high school, and we hit it off right away. We were friends all through high school and through college.
Oh, that's great.
And so I've been friends for a long time. Chris, I met through my wife. He actually went to the same university that my wife and I went to. We did not. My wife and I did not meet in college, but we met after college. But she ran track and Chris was a thrower on the track team, so track and field. So he threw heavy things really far. But whenever
wait, thrower?
Like a shot put?
Shot put. I think it's shot put and javelin. But he also does Highland games now, so he picks up stones and all sorts of crazy.
He'll toss the caber?
Yeah. He does all that stuff. He does Highland games. He's a big guy. He's like 6'6", 330 pounds, all solid muscles. So he's
what?
He's huge. Yeah, compared to Ian, I think Ian is what 5'8". So it's just like the two of them together. It's hilarious. But yeah. So Chris and I met at a bunch of different these track alumni events that I go to with my wife, and we just happened to sit at the same table a few times. And he was really into Game of Thrones. And I watched Game of Thrones too. So every time we were there, we'd kind of gravitate towards each other. Like, let's not talk about track and field. Let's talk about Game of Thrones. Ooh. So that's how we kind of became friends.
Did you ever merge the two into one conversation?
Nah. I didn't really care about the whole track and field stuff. So I just kind of like, let's talk about Game of Thrones because it's a big
right. You're like, okay, Puma got those new 18 centimeter spikes. Wow, or millimeter, or whatever.
Hey, do you have a jock strap? Do you wear a jock if you are throwing?
No, you don't wear underwear. You barely wear pants. If you're doing the Highland games, you don't wear underwear.
That's killed.
That's amazing.
So yeah, that's how I met Chris. And then, of course, with the podcast, I had asked Ian first. He had said yes. And then Chris was actually my first pick for another person to do it with. And I called him up randomly. I was like, hey, I know we haven't talked in a while, but do you want to do a podcast? He's like, about what? I was like, there's a fantasy book. Have you read it? He's like, nope, never read it all the time. I was like, cool. You want to do it? He's like, sure. So that was,
nice.
Sweet.
Well, and the dynamic between y'all is great. I can see how you and Ian grew up together or from high school, but Chris slides in right perfectly. I mean, it's great.
That's cool.
So we all grew up in the same town too. So I mean, we're all from Newport News, Virginia. So, but all three of us went to public high schools here in the city, and so we have a lot of the same stomping grounds, even though they're slightly different. So there's still a lot of crossover.
Is that town named after a newspaper?
No, it's actually. Well, there's lots of theories on where it gets its name. Christopher Newport, who was one of the guys that sailed over to Jamestown. Apparently, after they founded Jamestown, this is the legend, is that he had a little house down here, and when England's boats came over, they would come to get Newport's news. And
that's as good an explanation as I've ever heard. Every time I hear that term, I think of like a local paper.
Yeah, I mean, we have a local paper. It's not the Newport News, which would be good, All
right. Well, I'm going to kind of stop the whole newspaper track, and let's bring in our first-time reader because he's eagerly waiting. And this is why we're all here. Everyone, drum roll, please. And I will press the button. There he is.
Oh, look at him.
Gentlemen.
You reading man, you reading man. Ryan, you didn't let me do my song for Todd.
No, I'm.
What's the song?
Well, my little poem, my little. All listeners at home, quietly applaud for our first time reader, Todd. It's dumb.
And then
But speaking of songs, I did set a tiny precedent, and I don't know why I do this. I think just to get myself out of a comfort zone. But for our second guest ever, Alan, I wrote you a song. Can I sing? Oh. Can I sing your song?
You're gonna serenade me? Sure, go ahead.
Oh yeah.
Okay, let me.
I'm going to explain what's happening. Brother Dan has to actually lie down to play guitar. He read that when Nirvana was recording Something in the Way, the take that actually made it onto the album was Kurt Cobain lying on his back with his feet up on the couch. The producer, I think it was Butch Vig, turns off all the lights and it was like, okay, he brought the microphone into a random room and just started recording Kurt Cobain kind of in like a whatever drug haze he was doing, and he recorded Something in the Way lying down on his back. So now basically Brother Dan can only play on his back. It's kind of he's successful in many ways, so we don't question it. But, wait, are you floating? What happened?
Okay. Are you ready? That described perfectly what's going on, apparently. So this is how I write songs, is Kurt Cobain style.
Okay.
All right, Alan.
All right.
All right.
Awesome.
Me and our new best friend. His name is Alan. He's really good with a spreadsheet, and we all think that's really neat. He only does good deeds. Alan from the Wheel Reads.
Yeah. Awesome, man.
Awesome.
Thanks.
So cool.
Oh yeah, and then you reassemble yourself.
Yeah.
And we're back.
Oh, and we're back.
All right, so everyone,
Here we are.
what are
Good
we
to
doing?
meet you, Alan.
What is this all about?
All right. So,
All right, no, I have an idea. I want to.
Thank
I
you,
have an
Alan.
idea. I have a
Oh,
structure.
no, it's great. It's great.
All right, here we go.
Structure.
I'm going
What?
to remind everyone of what Todd has told us. I have this prepared. This is a walk in memory lane.
Oh, great.
Well, actually,
All right,
right. Okay, go ahead.
All right, so here we go. This is the official ledger of Todd's mental meanderings. And so I believe that we are all able to be seen on the screen. So even if I'm screen sharing, I believe we're all on the side. So make sure that you're not doing illegal things thinking you're hidden. All right, So what do we have here? So chapter 8, we're just going to recap real quick. These are things that Todd pondered about. He thought, it might be helpful if he got killed. He was hopeful that he won't get killed off by George R. Martin style.
I was very worried about that. Yeah.
Yes, and that was a great. And then we basically were able to help you bring up that they are connected in ways that I didn't know until Dan started kicking the knowledge. All right, so Angrails, he loves any ancient relic. The Age of Legends, he felt that they have a Renaissance feel, good architecture, wine and grapes, and they are the pinnacle of awesomeness. Lan, he thought it was very forward that he was touching Rand's sword, and we had a laugh about that. And then we talked about the Hairmark blade. Is Tam a master swordsman? Is he a skilled? Wait, so what is this? A skilled hunting bird, maybe small?
I was wondering what a Huron is, or a heron is.
Yeah,
there might be a skilled hunting bird. Maybe it's a tiny bird.
Okay, and then but he did say the bird matters, and then we have a nickname for the rest of the books. What was that?
Sheep herder.
Sheep herder. Oh, yeah, thank you. Yeah. Sheep herder. Yes. That's
Lanism.
Yeah, he predicted that was his nickname for the rest of the book.
All right, so we have the dark one is into astrology. Trollic weapons prediction is fulfilled. Yes, earlier you predicted that the Trollic weapons had a poison, and that is confirmed. Why did so few villagers die? Trollic precision and Beltane threw off their game. Precision is a weird word. Help me out there.
It was Trollic precision. That's what he said.
Okay, really? It's Trollic precision. All right.
I don't remember that part, but
we were having a great time.
We'll go with it.
I don't remember any of this. All right. So why did Tom leave? Is it because he has a history with Moraine? Is it maybe a romantic history?
Yes.
All right. The Aes Sedai may be 100 years old, and Tom is cautious of the Aes Sedai. What are your thoughts on the one power and the magic? There are no visuals, just meditating, and he is scanning Tam's body with her mind? Why was Moraine tired? The power drains her, can only take so much.
Right.
Is Moraine helping or hurting? A bit of both. She's tricky, made Rand decide to leave on his own. Will Rand pay a future price? He's already begun to pay a price. He paid the price when he decided to leave with them. And you got that coin.
Boy.
Boy. All right, so how did Tam get the sword? He bought it or he killed a master swordsman. It matches his fever dream, maybe. Does Tam have a cosmic connection to TDR?
The Dragon Reborn.
Thank you. Trollocs and Fades. Fades are an homage to Tolkien's Uruk-hai and half-orc, half-elf warriors. They sound super gross. And of course, the Dark One's totally into it because the Dark One is some sick, evil geneticist.
Yes.
The favorite quote of that was the quote about being in an age of legends. Your favorite scene is when Rand and Land's talking shop and Land's laying down the knowledge. We're going to go real quickly. Chapter 9, Rand's dream. The mountain reminds him of Dragon Mountain prologue. The Dark One appears to him. There are reincarnations and deja vu. Right here, we have Rand could be TDR. Why did TDR? Why did is that a Southern California punk band? Why did Rand leave out to Tam? He's protecting Tam. He's being careful, just giving facts only. Tam is healing, so he didn't want to go there, quote unquote. And then perhaps the family is a master sword family. All of them. It's a genetic sword ability. Moraine's story, the story of Manethran. Was Eldrine the first Aes Sedai ever? Todd ponders. The name Manethrin, quote unquote, just passed with the sands of time, is what Todd said. Will Rand return to the Two Rivers?
So
he hopes not.
No, he hopes he does.
Not cheesy right here. This is poetry.
He hopes he does, but he doesn't think he will because cities are too cool, and he thinks Tam should go move out with him.
Oh, right. That's right.
Yeah. And were there fireworks? Blah blah blah. Was there an explosion? We don't know.
Oh yeah, let's scratch the explosion, Dane. I don't know. I think I was I don't know what I was saying.
All right, and I'm actually going to add these next two lines to your prediction section. You predicted that Pat and Fane is a dark friend and that Fane was not killed.
Yeah, you just kind of mysteriously.
Your favorite quote is
I didn't finish the quote. Sorry guys, I meant to.
That's all right. When the Dark One appears to Rand in his dream was your favorite scene. I love and then you said your favorite curse word we asked was your black veiled Aiel man. This is my favorite part. I wanted to get to this. We'll probably trim that first up faster and we'll get to this earlier. These are your predictions, and I think this is the fun part. This is what Todd has been thinking might be happening. He thinks that Arthur and the High King story is King Arthur. He thinks that Robert Jordan might have a multiverse in Wheel of Time. He thinks that the ages that will be equals the Wheel of Time. Are there many patterns of time? Are there different patterns that change? The Mildrals and Fades are a conduit to the dark power. The Dark One himself wants to talk to Rand through the Fade. Tam has war experience, maybe special ops level. When asked why Tam checked the well, Todd said maybe they used wells later and put potions or maybe mind-altering substances in them.
Really, I said just to poison them, though. That's what I said in the beginning. Then I elaborated.
Okay, so it's your call. I chose to put that in as a prediction. What do you think? Yes or no? All right, we'll leave it.
It stays.
Rand was able to kill the Narg because he has some innate warrior ninja skills that have laid dormant. When asked why Tam's wound is so severe, Todd said he thinks it is either a poisonous or magical blade that kills with only a nick. And that is the one that we have solved. All right, so...
And that's just because I read Lord of the Rings.
Yeah,
it's all right. I hadn't, and I missed. I always know we're close to those thoughts or the depth of what you're trying to get at. That's really impressive. What do you think of those, Alan?
Yeah, that's actually a lot more detailed than I ever am when recapping.
Cool.
So, Yeah, when I write down predictions, usually when I go back and edit my podcast, I'll write down a few and then I'll forget to put them in my notes for the next episode. So I'm scrambling last minute all the time. But yeah, very organized. I'm impressed.
Okay, so you like the display of it, the organization.
Yeah, it's very organized and put together. I was at first we started going through it. I thought you were going through like his entire predictions from like the beginning to like where we are now, and I'm like, good lord, you guys keep doing this, it's gonna take forever just to start.
Right.
No, so that was the first time we tried that. We'll trim up the whole kind of last chapter review, and I think the predictions are the most fun part, though. And I want to keep a running tally, and I think the ones that you get wrong, we'll keep a tally of those, and when you get right, we'll keep a tally of. I think that's a good idea.
Scoreboard, I like it.
So Ryan, before we jump into the chapter, can I do the quick question section to get to know Alan just a little bit more, just a little better? Can we do this real fast? It's real fast. It's just mostly yes or no questions. They're all Wheel of Time related, but not spoiler at all.
All right. So this is Dan's specialty. Quick fire question round.
Yeah.
Lightning question round.
Yeah, lightning
all
question
right.
round. Okay. Alan from the Wheel Reads. Are you ready?
Sure.
Okay. Have you ever shot a bow and arrow?
Yes, I have.
Okay. Have you ever seen a badger in real life?
No, maybe the zoo. I don't know. I never the wild. No, not in the wild.
Okay.
Unless you count Ian. Yeah.
And a zoo would count.
Yeah, so, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. Have you ever seen a real life thatched roof?
Yes.
Okay. We'll get back to this. This is how we get to know you. Have you ever seen a wagon with wheels higher than your head?
Yes.
Okay. Have you ever traveled to another country?
Yes.
Have you ever seen a wolf?
In a zoo? Yeah.
Okay. Which and now these aren't necessarily yes, no, but which belt time contest would you have the best chance in?
Whew. Against the Two Rivers folk, none of them. I mean, I would say archery because I've done it, but Tam and Master Coffin would kick my butt, so I wouldn't stand a chance.
Yeah, there was like 15. There was like shearing a sheep and running and puzzle games and stuff.
Yeah, running no, shearing sheep probably not. I'd say archery would be the closest, but no, I'd get my butt kicked.
Okay, just two or three more.
Sure.
What do you think was the oddest item that Patton Fane may have sold from his wagon? You can get creative. It's all good.
Okay, yeah. The oddest thing that he would have sold. And I'm trying to avoid any spoilers for Todd's point here. So,
well, I want Todd to answer too.
Oh, Patton Fane.
Oddest thing.
The oddest thing that he might have sold out of that.
Would saying like regions be okay for Todd? I don't know. Like the.
Yeah, no, he's seen the map.
Okay, so Damani lingerie. It's
okay.
Okay.
That's a good answer. That's a good. What do you think? What do you think?
I'm not sure. The strangest thing Patton Fane would sell.
He was the Walmart on wheels. This is a trademark that we have given to Patton Fane. Walmart on wheels.
I'm not sure. I can't think of anything.
Okay. Think about it. If it comes to you, maybe a goat.
We just melted his mind, Mama.
All right. Last question.
What about a weed pipe or like whatever they smoke around there?
Okay. Yeah. Two rivers back type. Nice.
Whatever herb they smoke in the Two Rivers. I don't know.
Okay, yeah, a clay pipe or something. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, last question, both of you guys. What would you name your war horse?
Pips.
That incidentally is the same name that Lauren from Unraveling the Pattern gave just last week. Pips is rocking it. Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
What do you think? I'm thinking Todd's going to say Geddy Lee.
Oh, that's a good idea. How about Garbanzo?
Garbanzo. 2 for Pips, 1 for Garbanzo.
It's a strong name, I think.
Okay.
It's a strong bean.
Alan, you did very well. Yeah, the press was immense. So what countries have you gone to?
Oh, you want to list them all?
No. Maybe your
let's see. Favorite countries. I really enjoyed. So I mean, in Europe, my favorite country in Europe was Germany. Also enjoyed Italy as well. Been there a couple of times.
Yes.
Going to Southeast Asia, I really enjoyed Indonesia of all places. Spent a lot of time there. It was just different.
Nice.
So yeah, but yeah, all over the world. But Indonesia was fun. Very interesting. Lots of different cultures. So
wonderful. Well, that's travel I think enriches the heart and the mind. So you sound pretty enriched.
Sure.
You feel it though.
And you've done archery. What is your archery experience?
Oh, sure. So my dad was into archery when he was a kid. Used to he actually made his own longbow and everything like that. He has it in the attic in his house and everything. So when I was a kid, he bought a compound bow for me and taught me how to shoot a bow. So my experience is really just shooting practice targets in the backyard. I never hunted archery or anything like that, but yeah, I grew up shooting a bow.
Nice.
Very cool. Very cool.
Awesome,
guys. Real quick, we got some talk about the Warhorse question. That's an amazing question, Dan. Honey Badger says.
Thank you.
Awesome.
I go with Giddy Up.
Yeah.
I think that's. Well, I mean, would you name your dog Sit? Come on.
I'd pick Thelonious.
Well, what about how about Getty Up? Oh,
Getty.
All right, you win. Turn it off. We're done.
Getty Up.
And Todd out. Getty Up. All right. And then we got some. Oh, wait. One. We have a Paul Revere. We name our Warhorse Paul Revere.
Very cool.
Just me and my horse and a quart of beer.
Okay, we have a name my pig bacon. All right, so
Pig bacon.
All right. Now
I named my chicken nuggets.
All right, so we all warmed up? We all like our lips lubed. Do we feel friendly? Let's get into it.
Ryan, do you remember we had a neighbor who had a rat named Feeder because it was supposed to be a meal for his snake, but it was just too darn charming, and so I got to hang out with them in their living room and stuff. Do you remember Feeder? Yeah, it was a mouse named Feeder. Yeah.
So I don't know how often you guys like going on tangents, but my first pet I ever had was a goldfish, and it was at a one of my friends had a birthday party. As a party gift, a favor, they're giving away goldfish to the kids, the little $1 goldfish. And you got in line, and they would they'd say what do you want to name your goldfish? They'd write the name on the bag and hand you a bag with a goldfish in it. And I didn't want a goldfish, so I just wanted to look at them. So I saw the goldfish and they handed me the bag and they said, "What do you want to name the goldfish?" She said, "Nothing." She writes nothing on the bag. And the goldfish. So the goldfish was named Nothing. And it lived for a really long time for goldfish standards. But so first pet was Nothing.
That's great. That's great.
All right, so in answer, Alan, we are more tangent than show. We call it a
absolutely
show.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, we just happen to do Wheel of Time.
Sometimes,
nonsense. Yeah,
I mean, I think we've done 30 minutes without talking about the book.
Well, we're meeting our friend. Now we're qualified. Now, guys, you want to talk about this chapter 10, leave taking?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, awesome. So the icon is this Moraine staff that we assume.
Yes.
They are pretty much just split in town. They go quietly. Lan has extra ninja skills that he knows when to stop, when to hold them, when to fold them. He's like, whoa. Suddenly a patrol comes to us. They're all badass. What is so, Todd?
Yes.
What we hear actually. So hold on. Let me back up. They all meet in the stable.
Yeah, that's an awesome scene. I love it.
Mhm.
Totally
All
reminds me of Lord of the Rings. Like, Samwise Gamgee. It's like hiding in the garden. Everybody just kind of falls in.
Right.
And the whole gang comes together. Egwin comes in, and then Tom's hiding up in the loft. Yeah, it's just awesome. I love it.
And there's Pip, and there's Merryweather, and they're all coming.
yeah. It's like, okay, everybody's here. And then Moraine's just totally cool about it. She's like, it's a part of the pattern. And Lan's like all pissed.
She says it like 3 times, and it always ends with, it's part of the pattern, Lan. And so that became almost like a little mantra to me. Pattern Lan.
So also, I look down. I'm looking at my notes. So anybody's watching me, like, keep on looking down. That's.
Don't worry.
You're not texting.
You're not on Twitter.
I did put on Twitter that they were live here. I put on my Twitter profile. So.
Nice.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Very cool.
Go ahead.
I love this part of it too. There's a lot of heckling happening. It seems right in the beginning, just with like Matt's kind of like, he starts off with like saying that bow and arrows an honest man's weapon, and that the sword and the axe aren't, I guess. But then Lan just comes in. He's like, no way, anything could be a weapon. Like,
remember that if you want to live.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we see that Perrin is carrying an axe. We see that Rand has his heron mark blade, and Matt has his Two Rivers bow. But they all also have slings, I would assume, because Lan had mentioned how slings are a good weapon, and anything can be a weapon if you hold it right, kind of thing.
Right.
I'm all right, guys. I'm gonna propose a drinking game for everyone watching. That every time that we see that Lan says something grimly or sternly, or if it shows that he has no emotion,
if Lan says something Lanley,
or if it talks about the hard planes on his face,
right.
What did he say? His voice was as hard as like a rough-hewn
gravestone.
Headstone. Yeah. What is that?
Gravestone. Yeah. Rough-hewn gravestone. Like a Civil War gravestone that you can't even read the name on it.
Yeah.
Steely Land. If I knew a Steely Dan song, I'd sing it right now, but that band is crap.
Gold, the fine Columbia. Isn't that Steely Dan?
Steely Dan's too smooth though.
Just drop me a line when
it's not really rough hewn.
Steely Dan. Nice. All right, so we have a couple nicknames. We have that what's his name? Perrin has been called Blacksmith twice in like 2 pages. We have another curse word. Matt says burn me Rand.
What do we think that means? Real quick, Todd, burn me Rand. What translate that into now land?
But
is that about the light? Something about the light. They always say the light as a term. I guess that has something to do with it. I don't know.
No, that's a good one. Yeah, that's how I guess it too. It's like the light burned me. Yeah, that's how I see it. Okay. It's a weird term, but cool. They all the kids left notes except for Rand, and Rand not only talked to his dad but also to the mayor.
Much to the disdain of Lady Moraine, we find out.
Correct. She kind of gives him the stink eye.
Yeah.
But she seems pretty accepting. Everything that kind of pops up, she's like, shrug. Oh well, pattern, right? This is crazy, right? Look at all this patternness.
Yep.
So Egwene jumps in first. Egwene's like, you can't leave without me. She flaunts her braid. I always wanted an adventure. That I don't think I'll leave the two rivers. And Moraine's like, yeah, okay, yeah, that sounds fine. Go ahead.
Sure, come on in.
So, yeah, go ahead.
And then Rand's kind of like, well, you know, I don't know. It's pretty dangerous. I think you might get hurt. She's like, no way, buddy. I'm here to protect you. Like,
right.
Which is another kind of heckle. Like, I just love it.
Right. And he even says, quote, it is ridiculous. There's no reason for her to come along and every reason for her not to.
Yeah.
End quote.
Totally.
And she's like, nope, there is a reason. The pattern, Lan. Come on, buddy. Come on. You've been with me long enough. You've been with me long enough. You know the pattern. This is all we do. This is who we are. This is what we do. We're pattern writers, baby.
It's kind of like when we were kids and we asked Dad, can we do this or can we do that? The answer was always maybe.
Yeah,
maybe.
yeah, we'll see. Yeah, we'll see.
Maybe we'll see.
If
like,
the pattern wills.
Pattern, you know, blah blah blah. It's just like you know, imagine at some point Lan's just like, and what did we think of? What did we think of when Lan was kind of muttering to himself, and he's like, "Oh man, she says to hurry."
Yeah,
I thought that was really interesting.
Yeah, I thought.
Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I
you go first.
Yeah,
no, you go first.
Yeah, you
hang up. No, you hang up.
Who's on first? One second.
Todd,
Ryan.
I don't know.
Ryan. Well, I think it's is Lan, like, is he just totally connected with Moraine? Like they have like something. That's what I thought it was. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Just some crazy connection. Orders and Aes Sedai are super entwined or something like that.
Oh, that's nice. That's well, let's call that a prediction, right? We'll mark that down.
Actually, no. Yeah, you know, no, we'll confirm. Todd, prediction. I was thinking about this. I want to nail you down on your predictions. You're a little wishy-washy. Let's just be hard. You know, yes and no, black and white. Is that a prediction?
Yes.
All right. Mind meld.
Okay. So then we see Tom. Tom's like, no, you can't take my horse. And jumps down from the thing like, yeah, let's go. I didn't want to leave by myself. I don't want to be Trolloc food.
Totally.
So suddenly Egwene and Tom are part of this group. Lan gives Perrin the stink eye, like, bro, don't you know how to check a stable for people?
Right.
And
then Egwene even talks some smack towards Matt and Perrin.
Right.
She's like, she calls him, or Moraine's like, how did you know to come here? And she could tell something was up because they looked like little bull calves pretending to be foxes. I wrote that down. I like that quote.
That's
nice.
Awesome.
So
yeah.
that's a good one.
Did you catch one of the first foreshadowing in the book that comes true in that scene where it was in the previous chapter where Rand, I think, was talking to Lan, and they said, where was the Gleeman during all of these? I don't care if he was hiding in the stable. In the previous, that's the previous chapter.
That's a good one.
Yeah, so that's not really a spoiler because that was the previous chapter. It doesn't really come up again, but yeah,
beautiful,
pretty cool little. Yeah, so it goes back to the one thing that I always told Ian and Chris early on in our podcast is Robert Jordan is intentional with everything he writes. So even like the smallest thing that seems like casual conversation can mean something. So you might see a line in this chapter or next chapter that means nothing to you right now, but 3 or 4 books, So,
that's awesome. That's a good pull. I didn't even know
that's awesome.
Yeah, and that's what kind of our show is really based on. Dan and I came at this series more from a kind of a history of just reading literature, and this was my first fantasy series ever, and I read it plowed through it. I loved it. I just thought all the characters were amazing. Everyone got super buff, and it was all great. And then, but like, so now going through the reread, it's just like, yeah, that specific, I'm now understanding this, and now the magnitude and the scope of everything, and just the amount of skill that this guy's showing is just blowing me away. I thought everything was just kind of like ways to show how kind of the world's interesting, and these people have these beliefs, and these people have these beliefs, and this kind of just you know, I never thought to literally think until the reread, like, what does the wills mean even? And so this is and I have a question about that for you, Todd, later, but yeah.
Yes.
Great point, Alan. I think Todd came at that with this understanding, which has been super awesome to
totally
huge. He's steeped in fantasy, which we didn't really know until we started, which is awesome. So he's at this, awesome. Like, go on, Todd.
I'm not really steeped in fantasy though. I mean, I've just read Lord of the Rings and Game of Thrones and some sci-fi, but never. I haven't been into like fantasy like
that. Okay. So is that distinction though? Okay, but that's cool, yeah. But you seem to already have the chops and like already the things you're like even choosing to think about and comment on are next level, in my opinion.
Oh, thank you.
All right, Dan, keep going.
Awesome. Let's
go. So part to your point, these two chapters have quite a few cool lines. And one of the ones I like is when Tom asks Lan to put away his sword. He says, "There's no need for that. I'm not a cheese for slicing." Which, So, anyways, yeah. So, Lan's a little snarky, like, "Hey, Moraine, is this old dude part of the pattern too?" And she's like, "Yeah, he is. By the way, probably. I don't know. Yeah, we'll see. Whatever." And then they get Bella. Bella's a horse that Egwin can ride. Ryan.
Bella's a main character.
Ryan, do you?
Oh wait, did you say something?
So that Bella's back.
Yeah, yeah.
Sorry, what horse are we talking about?
Bella! Okay.
That is amazing.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well done, Ryan. Good job, Ryan.
I imagine I will do this again if I get enough chat interaction.
Oh yeah, that was amazing. Do that every time that Bella's mentioned.
Bella is coming up one more time, right? Bella!
All right.
Okay. All right.
Right.
We got to use that sparingly. Yeah, we got to be tactful.
Only Patreon.
Although, what's the horse's name again? I forgot.
No.
I'm just kidding. All right. So Egwin rides Bella. Rand rides Cloud.
Alan, you're right there.
Oh yeah. We're gonna have to use that later, right? All right. So Rand gets on Cloud. Cloud was owned by Master Thane. He was a pretty fast horse. Lan must have paid a little pretty penny to get this fast horse, but Rand's on Cloud. He's not the 8th Cloud and he's not the 10th Cloud, but thank you, Todd.
I get it. All
right. I get it. All right. So Egwin rides Bella. Egwin rides Bella. Rand gets on Cloud. Cloud was owned by Master Thane. He was a pretty fast horse. Lan must have paid a little pretty penny to get this fast horse. But Rand's on Cloud. He's not the 8th Cloud and he's not the 10th Cloud, but thank you, Todd.
I get it.
All right, so they start sneaking out. No one can really see Lan. His cloak is kind of dark in the darkness. There were patrols that were passing by.
Before you get that part,
yeah,
I did have a question for Todd.
Right. Yes,
Todd. Yeah, there. When all these crews come, okay, you got Matt, you got Perrin, you got Rand, that are all coming along, and then Gawain shows up, and it makes sense why Gawain wants to come along. But then Tom's there. Tom's like, yeah, I'm going to go too. So, do you have thoughts on like what Tom? I mean, we can understand Gawain why she wants to go.
Right.
But why do you think Tom wants to go?
I mean, I was thinking about that. He just wants to go to perform in Tar-Valon, I guess. But I know there's something he wants to be a part of, and there's something going on with him and Lady Moraine. I think Moraine said that like. There's some tension happening. I don't know what it is. I'm very eager to find out. Yeah,
that's good. And in fact, Rand was kind of curious what would have happened again if Tom had not answered correctly as far as going. If Lan would have just been like, "All right, Gleeman, you're dead."
Oh wow.
Right. Well, that's in the chapter there when they were.
That's right.
Yeah. Rand mentions that, and notices that Lehman is kind of looking warily at the warder.
Right. Ooh.
All right. Another part of the drinking game is every time that anyone associated with the Two Rivers, including Bella, is regarded as stout, please go ahead and tip your beverage. Beautiful. Anytime that Moraine's horse is described as dancing or graceful, tip your beverage.
Okay.
Duly noted.
Okay.
Anything for Lance horse? Did we get Lance horse's name?
Not yet.
What is it?
Not yet. Okay. Wasn't sure. Okay.
Yeah. Not yet.
All right, guys, real quick. We've been doing this for about roughly 48 minutes. Let's get a thumbs up.
Yay.
We got 4 thumbs up and 13 watching. Shameful.
Here's the thumb.
And we're still on chapter 10.
You call that a thumb?
I think we had 2 thumbs before we even started. So we've only had 2 since we started. We've been stepping up our game.
And I was one of them.
Let me do one thumbs up. There. I thumb up my
Alan, shameful.
There you go.
All right.
Well, I was busy doing this, you know.
No, you're exempt. You're exempt. No scoring.
Okay.
You got thumbs up now.
Right, sorry, guys. Wait a minute.
There is a mention of wolves. There's a mention like, hey, Lan actually wished that he was hearing some wolves. Right. And parents like, wolves? What? Why do you want to hear that? And Lan describes, wolves hate Trollocs. So what any thoughts on that?
Yes. That was duly noted by me. Something to know about Trollocs. And dogs, apparently, right? Dogs and wolves?
Correct.
Yeah. That is awesome. That'll come up somewhere.
Yeah. And I thought it was weird that Rand's farm didn't have any dogs. Did you guys think that was weird at all? Just in retrospect? No, he's a shepherd. They gotta have dogs, right?
Yeah. The Thatchler pad has to have like dogs.
Yeah.
Did you call it the Thatchler pad?
Yeah, that's what Ryan called it one time.
Oh, yeah, the Thatchler
pad. But thinking about it, I don't think they mentioned a dog at all in the first part. Like
they mentioned when Tam and Rand roll up into the village, dogs and kids are kind of circling around them.
Okay.
And I see them very similar also. I think a dog and a kid should be just squished together, and hopefully one is maybe riding the other, and I'm not going to say which one.
Man dog kid? It's kind of like the mare and bear pig, just the man dog kid.
And the way the Two Rivers treats dogs and bears and kids, I mean kids and dogs, it's pretty it's not a good place to be for them. Well, Alan, I see your face. Yes, you agree. I agree.
There are dogs also that started barking right before Lan and Moraine spring into action against the Trollocs.
Oh, look at that. That fluffy head of his. Oh, look at that. Look at the circumference. It's so narrow. How is that working? And so much knowledge in that.
It's such a fist could fit right up in here. It's weird. All right. So
no jokes. No, yeah, we're not talking about the fist. Let's go on. Move on.
All right. So, and then right when they're kind of leaving the villages, they get past the first farms. Rand is looking up, saying, "Gosh, this Two River sky is probably the greatest sky ever." And he's looking at the moon, and a weird bat thing flies in front of it. Talk to me, Todd.
It's awesome imagery. I love just how he sets up that scene, and that's going to be such a cool visual. Like in the show, I could just see it, just awesome. And so he sees a Drakkar. I think that's how you pronounce it.
That's how I do it.
Drakkar.
Ryan, can you pop the book cover up?
Oh, we got it on the corner. Okay,
right.
Heck yeah, man! Boom.
Oh, is there like a?
So, is there one up there?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, there is an original book cover on that one.
No, I have some hack sec. Oh, look at this is the audiobook cover. My bad.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah. There may have been one.
Are we okay? So, I mean, if we're wondering what a Drakkar looks like, how about this?
Yeah.
So I look at this and I think I'm falling into the pit of doom. My stomach is churning, and I don't want the world to be this way. And I show this to Alan, and Alan's like, "Oh yeah, I've seen those."
Oh yeah.
And they call them foxes in Australia. I've never seen one that big, but I've seen one the size of like a Labrador Retriever.
If you're out in a cold night, you could just sleep under one like a blanket.
Yeah, he eat lots of fruit.
Yeah.
When you first see him, like,
That's
it looked like
not a bat.
giant hawks. And like I had no idea what they were. I look up and one local's like, "Oh, they're bats." It's like, that can't be a bat. That's gigantic. I'm like, "Yep, those are bats."
He's a Drakkar.
Yeah.
So we see a Drakkar. Land says, "Boy, what are you looking at?" And again, Rand is like, "You're probably gonna laugh at me. I may not." He didn't even want to share it, but he did, which is a good thing. Which gets to our communication block that most of these boys have. Stout men mean they don't talk, I think. But he did talk. He points it out, and suddenly, boom. He's like, "Oh, Drakkar. Oh, snap. We're kind of more trouble than I thought." They asked Tom. They're like, "What, Tom? What is this thing?" And he said, "In the war that ended the Age of Legends, worse than Trollocs and Halfmen were created."
Yes, that was one of the lines that I wrote down here.
Oh, cool!
Actually, I love that.
And Moraine gives him like the steely-eyed glaze after that. What's your thought on that?
There it is again.
Yeah.
There's some tension. They know. I don't know. I love it though. I love how Jordan keeps on that.
Yes. So they ditch the forest. They say, "Hey, we got to get to the North Road, and we got to bolt now. Let's go." And that's pretty much how the chapter ended. Ryan, is there any specific questions for Todd through our Discord or through any of the YouTubes right now?
We do. Okay, so we got some amazing questions. Let me get them, and I'm gonna post them into the chat. All right. I gotta keep remembering to move that mouth, Ryan. All right, this is from our friend Zool. Say it once, and I'll never say it again.
Hello.
All right, so here it is. What do you think about Rand talking to both Mayor Alvear and Tam when Moraine instructed the boys not to discuss anything with anyone and to just leave letters?
Yeah, so Moraine was upset, but I think it was pretty cool on Rand because he said, he's just trying to size it up. He was trying to figure out things, and But then he says it's never too late to be careful, and then he does that. So I don't know. I'm kind of up in the air about that.
Yeah. He's pretty much the only one that does spill the beans. But it's kind of a convenient little cop out to be like, excuse me, Rand, did you do your homework? No, I didn't. And the teacher goes, well, the pattern is what it is. Okay. You didn't do your homework. I guess that's what the pattern willed.
Right.
All right, we got another related question here. Hey, Todd, do you believe that Lan is the man or not? Explain.
Wow, like the man?
Is Lan the man?
Lan the man.
Yeah. Is he the man?
Well,
yes,
he is actually my favorite character at the moment.
Yes.
He has moved Rand out of the way because I was like totally all Rand, and like now Lan is like I'm always coming to him, and I love what he says. He just lays it down.
That's Tam.
He's just like no nonsense. You know, he kind of reminds me of kind of like back in Game of Thrones, you know, the Hound, Clegane.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Clegane is like this, like super, just, you know, no nonsense, just sees the world as shit and and just doesn't trust anybody. And so it's kind of like, I don't know, maybe the Hound is based on Lan, or like a ode to Lan.
That's Tam Althor.
Wait, are we talking Lan or Tam? What was going on? I thought we were talking
Lan. We're talking Lan.
I'm talking Lan, man.
My bad.
Yeah, come on.
You know what happened? I'm going to explain. You said Lan was your favorite, and I just put Tam in my mind. I'm like, oh yeah, favorite Tam. Right. This entire time I've been hearing Tam, and you've been saying Lan. I'm not even joking. I just assumed you loved Tam because I love Tam. That's really funny. Here's Lan.
I do love Tam though. So.
Mwah, mwah.
But Lan has definitely come in, you know, into my favor. So
awesome. Do you think it's what about it? Is it his his great way with words? Is it his menacing way of just like going to common villages and threatening everyone but walking around with his hand on his sword? What is it about him?
Is it the way he says things either grimly or icily or sternly?
I just love the way he lays it down. Just like when Matt and Perrin and Rand were all like heckling each other, and he just like brings it up a notch, like,
yes,
anything's a weapon, you silly boys. Like,
oh, that's really funny you brought that up. I have this whole theme in my mind of Tam walking in the bar, Lan walking in the bar. So
yeah, do you want to act it out? Here, let's do it real fast.
Oh yeah.
I'm cleaning the bar.
Okay, hold on. Hold on. I got.
All right. Yeah, okay. All right. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Improv.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. So.
Oh no, I'm just sitting there stirring my drink. Actually, I'm sitting at the bar.
All right. So I walk in.
Well, hi, stranger. Come sit next to me. So what? Can I buy you a drink?
Please do.
Okay. What are you drinking?
I don't need a drink.
Okay.
I don't drink.
Okay.
Hey.
Okay. Yeah.
I got a question for you.
Well, I'm
stalling while I look for the quote that I wrote down.
Okay.
Help me stall.
Oh, jeez. All right. So no, we can do it later.
I love it already, though. It's great.
All right. No, anyways, yeah. So just every time you hear something, Lan just saying something really crazy, just imagine him saying that to a woman in a bar, and it's a great way to entertain yourself amongst many.
Yeah, such an icebreaker, that Lan.
Lan controls every room he's in. I imagine Lan is like is like Brad Pitt on a screen. It's like it's impossible not to just kind of keep your eyes on him. He's just charisma. He's oozing. So he could say, they're like, "Hey, stranger, what are you doing?" Death is heavier than a mountain. Dude, oh, okay. I'm only here for 12 minutes. What are you doing? Yeah, you got me. Let's go. And scene. All right, let's move on. So
one says land is like Strider. Ooh.
All right, I have a couple more. I think I have a couple more questions for this chapter, and then we're going to take a break. This is, I want to pop this one up real quick. This is a great question. This question got Brother Dan excited on Discord.
Oh.
If Egwene is all but betrothed to Rand, why was she willing to leave with Moiraine without knowing Rand was leaving too? If Egwene is all but betrothed to Rand, why was she willing to leave with Moiraine?
Awesome question. I mean, I didn't know she's betrothed to him. Is that like a thing?
Well, she said all but betrothed. So I think that, because Rand said everyone just assumes we're going to get married. You know,
I gotcha. She just wants to, she's concerned for him, and she's a wisdom in coming or wisdom in making. So she's like, okay, I got to go out there and help him.
Well, no.
Save his ass from
Todd, she actually made this decision without being conscious that Rand was going. She said, she's like, right. I shouldn't be surprised to see you here too, knucklehead. But she didn't know it until they walked up. So based on that information, what are your thoughts? She was pretty much ditching her life, including her kind of betrothed. Yeah.
So, I didn't pick up on that.
Oh, okay.
Awesome point. Okay.
Yeah.
So Rand's kind of like, wait, you were gonna leave me? Like, so he's kind of.
I don't know if he says it. I don't know if he says it. He's just like, what are you doing here? It's dangerous. Go back home.
Yeah.
I don't think it's even registered in his POV.
Oh, right.
I don't think he registers it. It just, she says it, and then it quickly goes on, and it doesn't pause once. So that's probably why we didn't pick up on it.
Interesting.
Yeah, she's just all adventure. Come on. Yeah.
Take me away.
Two Rivers sucks, baby. Let's go.
Take me away, said I. I said, take me away.
He's like, no, we're staying. There's nothing out there for us.
Well, plus her boss is like 26. So her boss is going to be the wisdom there for a long time. So she's going to have to split for a career sometime down the road.
That's right. Yeah. She's got a career in mind. That's right.
Yeah, but maybe she just wants to go like study abroad before she comes back and works.
There you go.
Is that what they call it?
Yeah, I think that's what the Amish do, right? Don't they go like
Rumspringer? Yeah.
Rumspringer, yeah. This is her Rumspringer.
All right, guys. I have a question. And for a second, let's get metaphysical, right? Let's get metaphysical. Let's get metaphysical. Tell me what the pattern does. Tell me what the wheel weaves. All right. This is my question. I'm more about the lead up and then no delivery. It's great. All right. So this is a big, long question that I wanted to personally ask. All right. Okay, so when Moiraine challenges Rand and asks him if he talked with his father about leaving, she said, what's done is done. It is already woven into the pattern. Now we know that the wheel weaves as the wheel wills. What do you make of this line from Moiraine when you compare it to the other line? Here's the story. So yeah, Egwene jumps in, says, I want to join. And then Lan protests, and she says, it's the pattern. And then later on, Tom joins, and then Lan protests, and she says, he says, "Well, is it the pattern?" and Moraine says, "We'll see." But what do you think when you think about like the famous phrase, "The wheel weaves, the wheel wills"?
Right? Yeah. Every Two Rivers guy kind of says it like, "Oh well, my crops got all messed up. Oh well, the wheel wills as the wheel wills."
Right. Well, I guess metaphysically, there's some chaos involved to it. I'm thinking about the chaos theory. And Moraine, I guess the wheel is a part of that too, or it has the same kind of like philosophy to it.
Explain. Tell me more. So maybe people don't know what chaos theory is. Break it down real quick.
The chaos theory. It's very interesting. It was what was it? Particle physicist or theoretical physicist came up with this theory that nature has what is it?
A natural.
It has a natural, or it has a sensitivity to initial conditions. That's
okay.
And, which has always been awesome just to think about. And I think I have thought about it while reading this.
Awesome.
The wheel has something to do that it can't be controlled, but when it does weave something, then you have to ride that. I don't know.
Okay.
It's very, very heavy. I dig it.
Cool.
All right. We ready? We're gonna take a break before chapter 11. Is that what she said?
Yeah, let's check the chat real quick. Does anybody have any more questions specifically for chapter 10? We're ready to take a 10-minute break. Oh, Alan. Yeah.
I was going to ask you how long the breaks are. So 10 minutes. Okay, got it.
Yes. Yes, and we'll do a 10-minute break. Yeah. Here we go. Is the pattern a real thing or is it just a concept?
So I've been thinking about this, and I've been waiting for this question. It's a really good question. Whether it's like literal or it's just a concept. I haven't figured it out yet. I don't know. Like I can imagine, like some big giant wheel, and it's totally literal, or it could be figurative. I'm not sure. I'm still kind of like wrapping my mind around it. Yeah.
Cool. Awesome.
Very good question, though.
Yeah, that is a good question.
All right. Well, Honey Badger says, can we get together for a beer or 10? This guy's mind, I like it. That is all you, my friend, Todd.
Honey Badger.
Here, everyone.
Of course.
Cheers.
I have to get a beer, actually. That's all I have is water.
Yeah, so I mean, we don't need to meet up in physical space. Everyone, get your beverages. Yeah, you want to take your break, Alan?
No, and Honey Badger is Ian from my podcast.
Oh, goodness. Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yay! So yeah, you guys, Ian and Chris and Alan will be back for our spoiler show. That's our hope. We want to invite you guys back.
So actually, in his honor, are we all drinking from a dirty rubber boot?
That's Ian. That's not me.
That was. I mean, I love the chutzpah, but hey.
Yeah, I haven't
how clean is this one? Can I even talk? How clean is my?
I only drink from Cinderella slippers that are glass.
So elegant.
Oh yeah. I mean, I wear it tied to bed. Come on.
Oh, that's right. Ian can't do the spoiler show. That's not the point, though. Yeah, you're right. That won't be spoilers. You got it. I'm dumb. All right, we're going to take a break. We're going to take a 10-minute break. We're going to play some songs. Please tell me if the music works this time. I'm going to play a song from my band and then a song from Todd's band. We'll be back in around 10.
Oh, cool.
Feel free, guys, in our thing. Just mute yourself if you don't mind. It helps.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, this is doing great.
Awesome.
So let's move around.
That was Homunculus Rex. I don't know if Ryan wants to toot his own horn, so I'll toot it for him. That's a band that my brother Ryan is in with his friend Josh, who also goes by the name Arlux. He is a member of our little community on Discord. You might see him contributing some poetry to our page or some song suggestions. So that's Homunculus Rex. You can find them on SoundCloud. You can find them on, I guess SoundCloud's probably the best way to find them.
Very cool.
Ryan, you there?
I think Ryan's gone still.
Ooh.
Oh, I know this song.
Hey. This is It Looks Like a Black Hole. All one word, all lowercase letters.
Exploring Mistaken Memory.
Nice. I got my djembe here. I want to play.
Dude, play along, man.
Should we all just drum circle?
Dude, rip that djembe up, dude. Ooh. Very cool.
It needs more djembe.
I'll talk to the boys. I'll talk to the boys about this. Nice, Brother Dan.
Oh, I'm just getting warmed up. You want triplets?
Yeah, you're a good djembe player, dude. I'm not good at like hand drumming. It's funny. Like I'm more of a drum kit person.
Yeah. I just use my fingers.
I can play it, but like sometimes when I'm jamming with people, I'm like, I'm not really a hand drummer.
Right.
But you're good, man. You got chopped, dude. It's so funny. I play this way different live.
Yeah, I want to see your band live.
Yeah, we're a lot louder and like more abrasive and a little faster.
How often do you guys play? Before like all this stuff happened.
So pre-COVID, we did. We were together for about a year and 2 months. And we played like about 10 shows. Just a couple in San Francisco, just around Sacramento.
Nice.
Yeah, it was really fun. I miss it so much. And just jamming with them too.
Yeah.
Jamming and just rocking out. And like, now I'm just on my electric kit playing to the songs all by myself.
Right.
It's like, it's sad.
That was one of the drags about leaving California is I had to leave my band. And I haven't gotten a band out here. I don't want to play covers. I don't want to play blues. We're grown ass men. We can create stuff, So
That's right, buddy. Yeah, you should play some of your band.
I'd rather listen to yours.
Okay. I liked your band though.
It was like that Orange County surf, weird ska punky kind of stuff. Ooh.
All right.
Nice. That was Homunculus Rex, and that was It Looks Like a Black Hole. That was Ryan's band in the beginning.
Yes.
Ryan with Arlocks, and then we finish with Todd's band. Alan, you got a band?
I haven't played in a band in many, many years, but yes, I used to play in a band actually.
Cool.
Played a few gigs down in Virginia Beach.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Go on. What did you play?
I was a drummer.
Nice.
Yes.
Drummers, get bass players out of here. Us three. Come on, us three. Bass players. Bass players.
Yeah, so it was fun. It was kind of like a Grateful Dead, Neil Young kind of cover band.
Jammy.
Cool.
Jammy, very jammy.
I was in a punk band and we covered Powderfinger. It's one of my favorite Neil Young songs.
What? Wait, was that
Meat Pizza Sandwich? Yeah, we did a punk version of Powderfinger.
Yeah, it was like double time. It was great.
Holy crap. That's awesome.
All right, so I didn't plan this out very well. We gotta speed this second round up because Todd's got a hard out. So we're gonna dive into chapter 11.
Okay, chapter 11 small actually, so we should be able to get in and out of here. It's called the road to Terran Ferry. The icon is a tree silhouetted by the moon. We've seen this one before. We see the the gang. Let's call them the gang. The gang are just booking heel. Again, yeah.
Tail.
They're doing their best to get ahead of this Drakkar that they have heard that they saw. The Drakkar indicated that the Myrddraal knows where they're at and is going to be tracking them. They get to Watch Hill eventually. But before that, the horses are running as hard as ever. Rand is worried that Egwene is on Bella, and Bella isn't the quickest horse. She's more stout. Go ahead and drink. And then they're wondering, okay, if she gets behind, is the party gonna keep? Are they gonna wait for Bella and for Egwene, because Egwene just kind of jumped on the train? She's not a paying customer. She has kind of jumped on. So Rand really wishes. So yeah, he hopes that Bella is going to run fast, and it says, and Bella ran. Yeah, yeah.
Hold on, I have to put my head up in Bella.
So real quickly, Dan, yes. I was in a Discord chat. It was one of the most surreal moments of my life. I was having this great, crazy interaction with these goofballs in our chat now, and it was in your server, my friend. And I said, "What is the dream world?" And they said, "Hey, go into the dream world." That's you were in the dream world. And then but it all culminated into this moment when someone just jumps on. I still don't remember who or know who this person was. Someone jumps on with a horse's head on his head, and he just proceeded to chat with us for like 20 minutes with his horse's head. I don't think he explained it. I don't think anyone asked him why he had a horse's head. But yeah, that's exactly what it is. So great. Anyways. Are you giving Bella?
Yeah, it sounds like that sounds like Noted would do, but I'm not sure if it was Noted.
Awesome. Sorry about that. Tangent. Go on, Dan.
So do you have it? So one of the cool lines in this this particular chapter has like 2 or 3 very cool sentences. One of them I want to read says, quote, "They raced through darkness, relieved only by watery pale moonlight, a darkness where trees along the road loomed up without warning, then were gone." That really paints the scene that they're in. That these people are just rushing down the north road, I guess, up to Terran's Ferry.
They're jamming. Yeah.
They stop at Watch Hill. They don't go inside. They stop. They want to go into an inn called the White Boar. And I think one of the questions I want to ask was what your inn would have been called, but I forgot. Anyways, so they go to the White Boar. They don't go to the White Boar. They talk about this delicious mutton stew that they got over there.
All right, Perrin.
Yeah, they could all use that. They said nope, and Moraine goes and heals them all of their fatigue. Yeah. So what are your thoughts about the travel over to Watch Hill rather, and this healing that's going on?
I think it's the Aes Sedai power, wielding the one power. It's very awesome, of course, and it's so cool that she could, make the horses stronger and just wash away the fatigue, and then also do that to the humans somehow. Right. I guess it's awesome. It's like Lady Moraine.
Yeah. And we got a question. Actually, this is related to. I'm going to pop this one up. Here we go. When Moraine washes the tiredness from the horses and people, she doesn't do so for herself or Lan. Right. Yet Lan says that Moraine will be the only one to ride tired. What do you think of that?
That's the thing about. I guess her power, it's limited in a sense. She could only harness it, and I don't know. I guess she can't. I don't know. I'll have to give it up on that one.
Do you have any thoughts of her healing the horses before the humans?
Yeah, she's horse first. I don't know.
Well, you need to put gas in the cars. Yeah. Otherwise you ain't getting anywhere.
Right. Horse first.
Bella wasn't as tired as the other horses. What are your thoughts on that?
Oh, that's really cool. And there's two things actually. Rand is connected to Bella because he was on their farm. She's a part of the Thatcher Guide. So Rand is very connected to Bella, and he knows her heart and stuff like that. And then Moraine says something about that. Says she's very stubborn, the Two River folk, but very strong at heart or something.
Yeah, exactly. You almost got it perfectly on. She has a good heart and as much stubbornness as the rest of you Two River folk. Strange as it seems, she may be the least weary of all.
And then there's something else I caught on. There was a part where Rand actually is, I don't know if it was in this chapter or the last chapter actually, but he's kind of channeling to Bella, you have to run faster because he's concerned about Egwene. And there's a part where he's trying to use the force or something or channel something to her. And I think Bella starts running faster.
Yeah, okay. Interesting. Yeah, it says with all his heart and desperation, he silently shouted at Bella to run like the wind, silently tried to will strength into her. Run! His skin prickled and his bones felt as if they were freezing, ready to split open. The light helped her run, and Bella ran. Bella!
Yeah. Oh.
So good. So good.
Yeah, love it.
Okay. All right. Anything else to say about any of that stuff before we move on, Todd?
Just the Rand part of it kind of ties into him just having, powers of his own aside from the Aes Sedai, which is very awesome. I love it.
Oh, wow. Okay. Let's write that down as far as a prediction then, right? Is that a prediction? Can we do that? Is that a prediction?
Mm-hmm. Prediction, yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Hewn in gravestone. Yes.
I marked it. All right. So now a hewn in gravestone. Very good. All right. And then suddenly we have this crazy attack.
Oh yeah.
All right, actually, I have a very specific request for Todd himself to read the description of when the Drakkar swoops down and.
Oh my gosh! Are you kidding me? That's the quote I wrote down for this chapter.
Okay, well, that's a mind meld. Zool, that was a request for. Oh, sorry. I said it twice. I'm sorry. All right, well, someone.
One per segment. You did one per segment.
Well, oh yeah, one per chapter. Okay, good. Whew. All right, so yeah, that's what Zool wanted you to do is read that.
Yeah, that was my favorite part of just the description of it. Okay, I'll read it.
Go for it now. Yeah.
The wind of the Drakar's wings beat at Rand with a feel like the touch of slime, like chittering in the dank dimness of a nightmare.
So great. I highlighted that too.
It's like it just totally puts you right there and you feel it. Like,
yeah.
Cheers, Robert.
And then was there, did you talk about the wind, the wings, and the swoop? Like something.
Oh, wings beat. They beat at Rand.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So yeah, this Drakar comes down crazy. It seems like Rand almost gets pulled off his horse. Everyone is kind of flipping out, except for two horses. We have one horse, Maureen, sat straight in her saddle. The white mare stepping delicately. All right, everyone drink. And on foot, Land was just standing next to this horse that was completely unfazed.
All right, we got a question here. Nope, that's not a question. Why isn't Land tired when Maureen doesn't heal him? I love that wording. That's a poetic wording. Why isn't Land? How many negatives? Why isn't Land tired when Maureen doesn't heal him?
That was very yeah. I like that question because warders in general, I guess, they're already stronger than like the average person because they're so intertwined with the Aes Sedai. Or something about that.
Okay.
All right, we got a cheers, Todd.
Which I can't wait to find out this intermingle or this intertwinedness about warders and Aes Sedai. It's awesome. It's a very interesting concept. But that's what I think it has to do with. He's already kind of stronger.
He's already strong? What do you mean he's already stronger? What do you mean by that?
Just being intertwined with the Aes Sedai and being the warder of the Aes Sedai.
Okay.
Because I have, I've read in the glossary, and the glossary is fair game, right?
Glossary is fair game. Yep.
So I've done that's the only research I do, and they talk about the interconnectivity or how the warder is fastened to the Aes Sedai, and sometimes unwillingly. So I can't wait to find out more about that. That's such an awesome concept.
Oh gosh. Yeah.
It's like, yes, Robert Jordan, do tell.
Yeah, really. All right.
Alan,
so they are. Oh, go ahead. Yeah.
I wanted to. Do you have any? Just feel free to interject questions or anything, Alan.
Sure.
Give you a little space. We're in the next chapter. You got your notes. We talk fast, so I just want to give you a chance to. Is there anything that you want to kind of poke, Todd, or any actual foreshadowings that you just kind of like dropped on us like the last chapter? That'd be amazing. What do you got?
Well, I don't want to. I mean, if it's foreshadowing for future, I'm not going to give those away. But,
yeah, no, please don't.
Nothing's come. I don't think there's anything from previous chapters in this one I could think of. Looking through my notes, but I don't think so. If I have a question, I'll chime in.
Okay. Yeah.
Right.
Feel free.
Cool.
Yeah, if your worry is to talk over anybody, don't worry. We do it all the time. I'm a whiz at editing. Just kidding.
We're very rude here.
Sure.
So after this kind of pseudo attack or this kind of weirdness that happened with Rand and the Drakar, they all get their horses together and bolt. Land kind of wants them to stay a little spread out, but everyone wants to ride in a cluster, and Land goes, okay, that's fine. I'm going to do that. A cool line here is, quote, "The Drakar shriek challenged the night," end quote. Ooh. So this thing is tracking him. Maureen has a little conversation with Rand while they're going, saying
saying, I can't do that while we're what do you think was going on there?
Yeah, Lan was basically like, come on, wield the power, just strike that thing down out of the sky. She's like, no.
Yeah.
No, but, silly Lan.
Hey, boy.
Boy.
But suddenly, kind of a mysterious fog, even though surely the night was too cold for fog, but a fog starts to envelop them. They're racing through. Lan and Moraine are riding as if they can see just fine. But it is everywhere. Rand's feeling an icy chill on his skin from the moisture. What are you? Tell me about this.
That is awesome because, Sadai, I guess I'm imagining Moraine has this like control panel and it's like fog machine. Yes. Pushes it. And it creates just like this fog that envelops them and rides with them, I guess, at the same time, or it just covers the whole area. I don't know. I think it's so awesome. She has like a built-in fog machine.
That is funny. she's like a roadie for Great White.
She's like, oh yeah. And I like what she says about the Mydrall too.
What's that?
She's like, they're sly, but I will use that against them or something.
Yeah, exactly. We hear another slur. Rand calls himself 9 kinds of idiot.
Oh, yeah.
That's great.
Do you think that's a Two Rivers saying?
Is that a metaphysical truth, Todd?
Are there 9 idiots?
Name them.
Yeah.
Well, there's no, just kidding.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ryan and
another cool.
Ryan.
Ryan. Another cool descriptor is that they appeared to float through night clouds as they galloped.
Oh yeah,
which is cool. So they're going. Houses suddenly are all over the place. They're at TAVERN Ferry. We get a tiny. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, does this scene remind you of any other series?
Oh wait, yeah. Oh,
it's a nod. So that's why I was.
The Simpsons.
Is this Lord of the Rings when?
Yeah.
When
they're getting chased by the Shadow Wraiths towards Buckleberry Ferry, I think it's.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And so it's like the same type of thing, and the fog starts to rise around them. I think Gandalf does something similar. But anyway,
yeah, that's right.
So it's cool. a very similar type of. It's actually a nod. I mean, Jordan admitted that he gave lots of nods to Tolkien. But,
so many.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, Todd called that out like without even knowing. He was like, "Yeah, he loves Tolkien."
Right.
Which is so cool.
When Rand was with Tam and hiding, and the Dark Rider was on the road, kind of looking too. That it wasn't that. Are they Nazgul? Not what? Nazgul. Okay. Yeah. There was a scene pretty much just like that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Ring wraiths. Yes.
Ring wraiths. Yeah. There's. Yeah.
So they see that the houses are a little taller. And we're told that this is because, quote, that tallness came from high redstone foundations necessary when the spring melt in the mountains of mist made the TAVERN overflow its banks. They had reached the TAVERN Ferry, end quote. We get another sheep herder. So we got 2 blacksmith and 2 sheep herder that I counted in these 2 chapters.
So is that a maker shot to double?
Well, here's the thing. I mean, dude's name is Rand, right? Rand. Sheep herder. If you're gonna have a nickname, make it easier than his real name, or just do Rainy, or calling him sheep herder just complicates things.
At any moment, someone could be like, "Huh, what? Huh, me? I heard sheep."
So is him calling Rand a sheep herder and calling Perrin a blacksmith? Are those slurs, is that a lack of respect or is that showing respect?
Yeah, a little both, I guess. It's just just laying it out, just like this is what you are, sheepherder. You're a sheepherder. I don't know.
Yeah, it doesn't
I think it's a little
flattering
both.
when it says it.
I think it's a little bit of both. Just Land just wants to cut to it. Like, first off, you're a sheepherder.
Right. So there's not a whole lot of respect there.
Yeah.
Right.
First off,
okay,
you're an ironsmith, or I don't know.
I think he calls him Gleeman too. So maybe that's just how he rolls. He just, hey, what do you do? I'm a mason. All right, come here, Mason.
Yeah.
I used to wash dogs.
Come here, dog washer.
Yep, and I would. Yeah, people would call me groomer.
I change oil at a Jiffy Lube. Come here, oil changer.
And one of our songs in the punk band I was in while I was washing dogs, I think we yelled "dog wash." Anyways, go on.
All right, so Lana Moraine kind of know just where to go. It's the middle of the night. There's fog, crazy fog everywhere. They just walk up to a nondescript house and start banging the crap out of a door. Neighbors are like, "Hey, come on! I'm trying to sleep here. Come on, get up!" He just keeps banging. Finally, the door opens, and this is a pretty funny way. He's like, "Master Hightower, just the man I need." It's like, you were just banging on my door for 15 minutes. What do you mean? But he says, "No, I don't want to do this. We don't do it at night and not in this fog." Land starts dropping the coin. Clunk, 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 cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching. He starts he licks his lips, which, that's always a sign of just coin greed, right? When you lick your lips.
Yeah.
And then agrees to do it. He says he needs to go get his guys. And Land says, "All right, yeah, we'll wait by the ferry for a little bit," which I think is kind of a threat, maybe. What do you think?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Which I was like, is he just saying like, I'm just gonna jump on the ferry and take it? Is that what the threat is?
Or we're just gonna go to the next ferryman's house. No, I don't know.
Or we'll come back and bang on your door again and get your neighbors all angry.
I'll kick in your door and
we'll be the biggest nuisance you've ever had.
Yeah. So, and then that's it. It ends at 161, page 161. The next chapter is chapter 12, Across the Terran.
Woohoo! Yeah. All right, so
the stage is set.
Yes, the stage is set. We have our party. They're moving along. We got a question here. This goes back to the fog situation. What do you think of Rand's reaction to Moraine's magic fog, considering the fact that he had already seen her magic heal his father and had it used on him to wash away his tiredness?
I guess, yeah, he hadn't seen it, I guess, visually. But then I was thinking, so this is what I was thinking when I was reading that, and I was thinking about that, and he hadn't seen it visually because he'd seen her just healing Tam, with no visuals, and but then I was thinking he saw her wield, the staff when she was telling the story about the two rivers. So like I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Or yeah, because it's so enveloping, the fog and the mist, it like gets on him and stuff like that. So it's like that first time he's really felt her powers, I guess. And he's kind of creeped out. He's kind of like skeeved a little bit.
Yeah.
Right. So it's like seeing your brother get an X-ray because he broke his arm, and you're like, oh, and you can peek through the window. But then you need to get an X-ray, and they put that lead curtain over your chest and aim the weird light, and they go hide behind the room, and you're like, oh, this is happening to me. Like, I watched my brother do it. It ain't no big deal, but yeah, I just got my bones taken a picture of.
Right.
Maybe. But but just add X-rays are magic. No, I stand behind that. That's a good analogy.
Definitely are.
Yeah, thank you, Alan.
So positive.
From my medical background, it's
right.
Doctors are wizards.
100%. 100%.
Yeah.
Indeed. Totally agreed.
Alan, do you have any questions for Todd? I know that you've guided your own first time readers through these 2 chapters. Is there anything that we're kind of missing out on, or things that we should that Todd maybe could elaborate on to a certain degree?
Looking back from my notes there, one thing I just had was that, and you kind of breezed over it, was the exchange between the group and Master Hightower, the ferry owner, and just thoughts around that. You talked about the Drakkar. You talked about the healing of Bella. So I'm just trying to. It was a pretty short chapter. So
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're pretty cool, and I think they're really well written.
Mm-hmm. And
honestly,
I
like the pacing of these chapters. I like what goes on. These are 2 really good chapters to me.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, and I really pinpointed in this second read through the moments when Maureen was talking about the nature of things or how she sees what's going on. Like, people are making choices, but then she'll say, "Oh, that's pattern," and then it's kind of and I've been thinking about, why does Lan need to ask? What does that mean? And so all of this and like I just love, going back to what Alan said, if you take every sentence as a possible roadmap, or as a possible truth, and take that down as logical conclusions, and there's just so much more meaning going on. And so, yeah, I really liked how that was going on. So these are short chapters, but I think that the implications about the statements around pattern and the woven weaves and the wheel, I think all of those are really immense. So yeah,
and it's actually a twofold thing. I mean, one thing that Robert Jordan likes to do a lot is foreshadow a lot. The other thing he likes to do in his writing is the unreliable narrator. So
yes.
So whatever POV you're looking at from there only, and a lot of times it's not reliable information. So there's actually false information that's given out on purpose. So it's not just. So you'll pick something up, you'll be like, "Oh, that has to be important," and nothing ever happens with it. So I love it because it creates people like just always constantly guessing. Because you never know if it's actually you'll see something like that has to be foreshadowed, and then nothing happens.
Mm-hmm. But the why though, there's always like, well, then if that's happening, the why is that happening, and then you take that and go with that, for sure. Awesome, guys. Awesome. So this has been super fun, Alan.
Yeah.
How can people find you?
Sure. So we can be found lots of places. We're on all social media at The Will Reads. You can also find us. Pretty much that's the best way to find us, and we have all the links there. We also on Discord. If you ever do check out our go to the Way Leaf's Discord server, I can point you to our Discord server, and vice versa. We can point you there
for sure. Yeah,
back and forth. Feel free to hit us up, come listen to us. I enjoy listening to you guys, so enjoy collaborating. It's always a lot of fun to get content creators together. So by all means, have you guys started Patreon for yourselves yet?
We're close. I started one, but then our shows kind of changed and morphed, and so the things I was focusing on are not really relevant. So yeah, we're redoing it. It's going to come out soon. Yeah.
Well, when it does come out, anybody who listens to this, like, definitely look into subscribing. Yeah. That's how you help content creators.
Yeah, and we're gonna make it so that anything we earn through Patreon will go towards upgrades on puppets, upgrades on outfits, and we'll make sure that we kind of document where the money is going to. And I think that's will help people feel,
more Bella songs, because that was amazing.
I'm sorry, what was it?
The Bella song was
the Bella song, something like that. Something. Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about. What's
okay?
You'll find out.
So find out. Yeah.
I'm leaving you hanging, bro.
Waffle.
So yeah, this song, the Bella song, was written by Hermit Convention, and he's been working with us and doing a lot of our music and our bumper music and what have you. So Hermit Convention is on SoundCloud. Alan, you can find him on Anchor and Discord. We are the Way of the Leaf. Todd,
Awesome.
Get back to reading, buddy. Next week, we're going to return, and we're going to be doing chapters 12 and 13.
Alan, thank you very much. We were on the Twatcast marathon. You allowed us to kind of join that insanity. And
I zoomed on yours too. I was on yours too. So
yeah, you're on ours. You were part of our. You were a special guest voter.
We saw your leg.
Yes, I did some cartwheel thing.
We did some yoga or tai chi. Tai chi. Yeah. So thank you very much. You're one of our really earlier supporter guys on our Discord when we first got in this community, and you've been wonderful to not only us but a lot of people in this thing, and all the success that you were just on the Dusty Whale yesterday.
Yeah, last night,
was so fun to watch.
And we'll be back on the Dusty Wheel on August 19th with Ian and Chris. So all three of us will be on the Dusty Wheel together.
Oh, that's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
I couldn't be happier for you guys. This is awesome. Thank you very much for coming on our show.
Yeah. Well, thank you.
Awesome to meet you, man. Awesome to meet you.
Todd, as always, people listen to his stuff. It looks like a black hole. It's all one word, all lowercase. We heard it earlier during the intermission, and we've heard it before, and it's great instrumental stuff. Just while you're vacuuming, put it on, and yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
While you're vacuuming, huh?
Perfect.
What else
can I do?
Perfect vacuuming music.
It is good vacuuming music.
I listen to it while I kind of wander around following my Roomba, making sure it doesn't pick up cord.
That's you.
You tell your dogs gently to move. Oh, the room is going to get you. All right, guys. I think we're good. Yes.
Awesome. I think we're good too. I'm getting. We're just gonna get a track ready for the outro music. We're gonna end with a track from Homunculus Rex. We're gonna hop on to Discord at some point and keep chatting. Alan, you gonna be available?
Yeah, I'll
yeah. Let's see what's going on.
Wait,
yeah.
Alan, I had a question.
Sure.
On the wheel reads, can a first-time reader go on there, or should I be?
Yeah. So we're first-time reader podcast. So
that's right. Yeah.
Go past where you are. So you start listening to our first couple episodes.
Cool.
We're all the way in the second book right now, but I mean, it's chapter by chapter. So if you start episode 1, they're labeled, so it tells you what chapter each episode's on. So yeah, you can listen to this.
Great question. Thanks for reminding me.
Check it out. I'll check it out, man.
Oh, thanks, Badger.
Thanks.
All right.
Okay.
So it's been a great time. We'll see you guys probably around 10 minutes on Discord. Everybody, this is Homunculus Rex. This has been Alan. We'll say goodbye to Todd. See you next week.
Bye, guys.
All right.
Get to reading, you filthy animal.
Don't interrupt me. All right.
We're great at that.
Ooh, I like this song.